Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that Remy Price, Christian Weissman, might not be who everyone thinks he is. Remy came on the scene stalking Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, and keeping Luna Nozawa's, Lisa Yamada, secret. Remy really hasn't been seen or heard from since fixing Bill Spencer's Don Diamond. Could there be a reason for that? As well as the soap not even mentioning Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, and Brooke Logan's Catherine Kelly Lang. Son. When Call the Heart's Jack Wagner is coming back to B&B as Nick Marone. The man is Ridge Forrester's Thorsten K. half-brother. The last time that Nick was seen, he appeared with Brooke to help her with a broken heart. Interestingly enough, Nick is back and once again, Brooke has a broken heart. Fans know that Brooke and Taylor Hayes, currently Rebecca Budig, had a controversial and complicated storyline featuring Jack's existence. It's quite odd that little Jack hasn't been mentioned by Brooke or Taylor in years. It's like he doesn't even exist, as if the soap has just erased that chapter. Mentioning the boy died or is in boarding school would be better than pretending he doesn't exist. Fans remember, fans know. The last we saw little Jack, he went away with Nick. So why hasn't he been mentioned? While some fans thought that Nick might bring Jack to Le, supervising producer Casey Kasperzik said the son will not be returning with the father. That doesn't mean that Jack isn't somewhere else on the canvas though. Casey did mention that Jack would be referenced during Nick's visit. So let's see where this storyline could go. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Remy could be little Jack. Perhaps Jack was always a troubled kid. That might be why Taylor and Brooke never mentioned Jack, or anyone else for that matter. Perhaps he was always dark and on a sinister path. However, with Remy sticking around Los Angeles, what if he is really Nick and Brooke's son? Brooke always gave Ridge a hard time about troubled Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson. So what happens if Brooke has her own troubled son? It would certainly make Remy's obsession and doctored photos of Electra even creepier. However, the soap has blurred those lines before, so it could very well happen again. If Remy is Jack, then what does this mean for everyone on the canvas? Part 1. The mystery begins. The stage is set for a seismic shakeup in the world of the bold and the beautiful. While the lives of Los Angeles elite seem to follow their usual twists and turns, one enigmatic figure is about to flip everything on its head. Remy. He's been on the periphery of many of the show's major storylines, always involved, yet somehow detached. His mysterious past has long been a source of intrigue for fans, but no one could have ever guessed the truth about him. The revelation of Remy's true identity has the potential to send shockwaves through the Forrester and Logan families, disrupting the fragile alliances and relationships that have been years in the making. But what could this bombshell reveal? Is Remy really who he says he is? And more importantly, is he connected to one of the most powerful families in the soap world? For weeks, Remy has been a mysterious figure, a confidant of Bill Spencer, a friend to Steffi, and a seemingly loyal employee at Forrester Creations. However, a small but significant piece of information begins to leak out, hinting that Remy may not be the person he claims to be. His past, once thought to be obscure, is slowly coming into focus, and with it, questions about his real identity. When an anonymous source reaches out to Steffi, claiming to have inside knowledge about Remy's true lineage, it sets off a series of events that will forever alter the course of the show. Part 2. The clue that changes everything. It begins with a cryptic phone call that Steffi receives from an old acquaintance. The voice on the other end of the line is familiar, but the message it delivers is anything but. The person, an unnamed woman who claims to have known Remy before his arrival in Los Angeles, offers a bombshell piece of information. Remy is, in fact, the long-lost son of Brooke Logan and Nick Marone. Steffi is stunned, and initially, she dismisses the claim. But as she begins to dig deeper into Remy's background, she uncovers more and more inconsistencies in his story. The subtle hints that have been dropped along the way suddenly seem much more significant. Remy has a certain way about him, a charisma that is unmistakably similar to Nick's, and his ability to read people is eerily familiar to Brooke's. But it's not until Steffi confronts Bill Spencer about her suspicions that the truth truly begins to unravel. Bill, always the manipulator and master of secrets, isn't one to be caught off guard. He admits that he knows something about Remy's past, but insists that it's not his story to tell. However, after some persuasion, and a bit of Steffi's trademark charm, Bill reveals that he was once privy to a secret that Brooke has kept buried for years. Before she was married to Ridge, Brooke had a brief affair with Nick Marone. The affair was brief, but it resulted in a pregnancy that, as it turns out, was never made public. Brooke, fearing the fallout of the scandal, had kept the news of the pregnancy a secret. She was never able to bring herself to tell Nick or anyone else. The baby, she believed, was lost. But now the pieces of the puzzle are falling into place. Remy was that baby. Part 3. The truth comes to light. The weight of this revelation is almost too much for Steffi to bear. She struggles with the implications of the truth, not just for her family, but for everyone connected to the Logan and Marone families. If Remy is indeed Brooke and Nick's son, it would mean that he's not just another employee at Forrester Creations. It would make him a part of one of the most influential families in the world. And this could alter everything for everyone involved. Steffi, still unsure whether she should trust the information she's been given, sets out to investigate further. She contacts a private investigator who, after weeks of searching, uncovers crucial documents that support the theory. A birth certificate is found, bearing the name Remy Marone, an alias, of course. But the name is enough to confirm what Steffi has long suspected. Remy is, in fact, Nick and Brooke's son. In a shocking twist, Steffi confronts Brooke with the information. Initially, Brooke denies it, but the weight of the evidence is undeniable. Brooke is forced to face the truth. Remy is her son, and he has been right under her nose for years. The realization hits Brooke hard. She never imagined that the son she thought she had lost would come back into her life in such a dramatic way. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news. Part 4. The Emotional Fallout. The revelation of Remy's true identity is a devastating blow to many of the characters involved. Brooke, who has spent years trying to protect her family and maintain the image of the perfect mother, is now forced to reconcile with the past she has kept hidden for so long. She is overwhelmed with guilt and confusion, questioning why she never tried to find Remy or tell Nick about the child they had together. Nick, too, is floored by the truth. He had no idea that he had a son living in Los Angeles, let alone one who had been so close to his family for so long. As the truth sinks in, he is consumed by a mixture of emotions, anger, regret, and a desire to make up for lost time. Nick's relationship with his son, now that it's finally been established, is complicated and full of obstacles. But the bond between father and son is undeniable, and as time goes on, they begin to build a relationship that's both challenging and redemptive. For Steffi, the revelation of Remy's true identity forces her to take a closer look at her own family dynamics. She realizes that her position as a Forrester is both a blessing and a curse. The Forrester family, already dealing with so many internal issues, now has to grapple with the arrival of another member. One who may have his own set of problems and personal ambitions. While Steffi is supportive of Remy, she is also wary of the implications his existence may have on the family. Part 5. The Power Struggle. As the news of Remy's true identity begins to spread, the ripples of this revelation reach the highest echelons of the Forrester and Logan families. Ridge, ever the protector of his family's legacy, is suspicious of Remy's motives. He questions whether Remy has been working under false pretenses all along, or if he has been secretly trying to take what is rightfully his. Ridge is not one to back down from a fight, and he quickly makes his feelings known. Meanwhile, Brooke struggles to find her place in this new reality. She has always been the glue that holds her family together, but the weight of this revelation threatens to tear everything apart. The guilt over not telling Nick the truth all those years ago weighs heavily on her, and she must now navigate the difficult waters of rebuilding her relationship with her son, while also maintaining her fragile bond with Ridge and her other children. Part 6. A Family Reborn. Despite the drama, there is hope for redemption and healing. The Logan and Marone families, though fractured, have a chance to rebuild their relationships. Remy, despite his initial shock at learning the truth about his parentage, begins to embrace his new role within the family. With his skills and charisma, he quickly earns the respect of his new relatives, and he begins to carve out a place for himself in the world of Forrester creations. The tension between the characters is palpable, and the lines between friend and foe blur as everyone navigates the complex dynamics of family, loyalty, and legacy. Will Remy's newfound identity be the catalyst for a family reunion, or will it only deepen the divisions that already exist? Part 7. Conclusion. As Remy settles into his new life and navigates the complexities of his newfound family, his real identity continues to stir the pot in Los Angeles. His presence is bound to have far-reaching effects on both the Forrester and Logan families, creating alliances, conflicts, and everything in between. While the dust may take time to settle, one thing is certain: the bold and the beautiful will never be the same again. The mystery of Remy's true identity has changed everything, and as we watch the characters of Los Angeles try to make sense of this new reality, we can't help but wonder what other secrets are still hidden beneath the surface.